my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is on the way, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue. Metro Transit, Renew the Blue.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. The Minnesota State Fair is packed with 12 days of fun with food, rides, animals, shows, and much, much more. And right in the middle of it all, you'll find Indigenous voices making an impact. Seat the common table for lessons in Indigenous food justice. Visit with Native authors and watch drum groups. Plus, stop by the Native Roots Trading Post back at the West End Market. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org. Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NAGD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nagd.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clear with a low of 61, then Wednesday, smoky sunshine with a high of 82. If it's been months since your last deep clean at home, give the cleaning pros at Zero Res a call today. Get 3 rooms of carpet starting at just $124. 952 Res or ZeroResMinnesota.com. Ask for the AM 950 special.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be Indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hit me cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi, to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot, and we discuss local, national, Native news and events. And as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. It's always my pleasure to have Arvina Martin, CEO of Emerge Wisconsin, on, and we always have a nice, robust conversation. And in the second segment, I'm going to be giving away Minnesota State Fair tickets too. So everyone be aware and get ready for your call. I think it's 952-946-6205. I think I used to know that. I'll have to look it up. Or send us a smoke signal here on Facebook Live or YouTube or Blue Sky, and we'll get you those tickets. But Arvina, thank you so much for coming on. Always great to see you. Welcome to Native Roots Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Arvina, one of the things I want to talk about real quick is that I understand Milwaukee got unbelievable amounts of rain. What I saw was 15 inches. Is that right? I mean,
yeah.
The fair's over and everything.
Yes, the whole Milwaukee and kind of the surrounding suburban areas have been hit really hard with flooding. I don't know all of the totals, but I know that the ultimate totals were in the double digits in terms of inches of rain that they got. And the scenes I saw were reminiscent to me of the floods we had here in Madison in 2018. And it was absolutely devastating. And now we have Governor Tony Evers is activating Wisconsin's National Guard to go help folks that have been experiencing flooding in their homes and businesses. I know that there have been things that the concert venue Alpine Valley was affected. I know that they continued to play or still had a Brewers game held, despite the fact that the parking lot was flooded. The field was fine, but as I was on city council in Madison during the floods of 2018, and my district was very affected by flash flooding. So Madison had been affected in two ways: by the flash flooding immediately after the storm, but then with our higher lake levels, that there was a more long-term flooding issue that affected our downtown Isthmus area. And I worry about that experience for folks in Milwaukee and the surrounding areas, dealing with the initial flooding and then potentially having longer effects due to river levels rising, etc. I mean, we're getting 1,000-year floods way more often, unfortunately. And Milwaukee this time is the one that has been hit.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up too, Arvina, is just the fact that these 1,000-year cycles, and the way things are going right now, I'm wondering, without being a negative Nancy, are we getting close? Are we past the threshold of no return when it comes to climate change and those things that really matter to us here on Native Roots Radio and as a progressive station and as a indigenous person?
I mean, I think we're getting close, which it's scary. I can think of changes in my lifetime, that generalities and knowing that is not the same as data. It makes somebody, or it makes one want to go look for that data because your experience is changing. I remember, in terms of climate change, very consistently going out to trick or treat as a kid, in a costume that you needed to fit over a snowsuit. And
Right.
in my kid's lifetime, she's rarely needed a jacket to go trick or treating. And that, again, that's anecdotal, but we are seeing data from all reputable scientists showing that this change is happening, and it is, very, very, almost assuredly, if not assuredly, likely to because of human actions.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring up too, especially with what's happening with unemployment statistics and things like that, and the CDC being gutted. Are we ever going to really have any real numbers now in the next? I mean, forever. This is pretty mind blowing right now what this one person can do to our government.
Absolutely. We are worried, RFK Jr. has kicked off noted scientists who are experts in their fields on up for various positions throughout, the CDC, National Institutes of Health. Anybody that has it sees the data on vaccines and thinks that they're a good thing, that's a knock on them in RFK Jr.'s book. And he's filling these positions with people that have theories that are not borne out by the science. And you're absolutely right. We do have to worry about things like, recommendations as to, which every year the U.S. I'm not sure which department it is, if it's the CDC or what, but they help create flu vaccines every year, and they look and see what strains are likely to affect us here in the U.S. and then they make the vaccines based off of that. I mean, are we going to even have flu vaccines this year or going forward? I mean, it's a scary thought. I get my flu vaccine every year, you know, and I don't really want to go unprotected. And the health is not the only field where this is happening. You know, Trump did not like the labor statistics that came out recently, so he fired the Bureau of Labor Services person because he didn't like the numbers. And instead of seeing why those numbers weren't what he wanted and changing what he was doing, he's changing the person who creates the list of all the numbers. And so next time he can, you know, pick and choose. I hear that the next pick for the BLS job is somebody who has been very hypercritical of previous BLS, you know, statistics and postings. You know, we are going to have to rely on outside sources to vet this information and figure out who we trust. You know, whether it is an outside organization that does work in that particular field, maybe it's journalistic outlets, but it's scary. I have friends who, you know, maybe are immunosuppressed, who are very worried about the coming years for updated flu, pneumonia, and COVID vaccines.
Wow. Yeah. And I don't know, Arvina, I don't want to get negative, but I'm wondering how he gets so much done. And then when we had the Democrats that had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, didn't seem to get things done. I mean, all his things that he's doing, I guess, is the difference is that everything he's doing is illegal.
And no one is calling him on it. I mean, it's
South Park is.
Yeah, South Park. Yes, the third estate.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, we're here with Arvina Martin. Hey, I wish it was Arvina Money.
Right, me
wow.
too.
That's your rap name. Hey, we're going to be CEO of Emerge Wisconsin, and we're going to come right back and talk some more. Thank you so much for listening. This is Native Roots Radio.
Signing up for $1 bus and train rides with the Transit Assistance Program, or TAP, is quick and easy. Do it straight from your computer or phone by uploading one of the pre-approved documents listed at metrotransit.org/TAP, along with a copy of your ID. We'll mail you a to-go card with a full year of discounted rides. For questions or translation help, call 612-373-3333. 612-373-3333.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NACD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nacd.org. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. Native culture is alive and thriving at the Minnesota State Fair. The Native Roots Trading Post is back at the West End Market, where you can support Indigenous artists and makers. And don't miss the Native Pride dancers performing on the Summit stage at the Bazaar August 31st and September 1st. From music and art to food and storytelling, Native culture is everywhere at the State Fair. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org. Welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Native Roots Radio, and we are with our friend and our Ho-Chunk relative here, Arvina Martin, CEO of Emerge Wisconsin, and we are just talking over a few things, politics. But before we get deep back into that, we got a couple of things we want to take care of, and one of them, of course, is the word of the day, and then I'm going to haphazardly try and give away 2 tickets to the Minnesota State Fair. So, Arvina, I just have one quick one for you. Humpy Jaina. Do you know what Humpy Jaina means?
I know hump day means today.
Yeah.
I don't know
day.
what Jaina means.
Well, I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm giving it a shot. Jaina, I believe it means nice day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, nice day.
That's a good one.
Ooh, yeah. So you have one, and I really love talking about and it's great that you come up with a word of the day because you it pops into your mind and we go for it. So let's do the word of the day with Arvina Martin, and I just want to give the applause button here. always want to be able to use that. So go ahead, Arvina.
Yeah, so inspired by the end of the last segment, the Ho-Chunk word of the day is jura, which means money.
Yeah. Hey, what that also goes into the word. Do you know my uncle always says this word, and it's for like a thrift store, Goodwill. He goes, hey, let's go to do you know that one?
I think it's garage sale is waruhaha, or like kind of like a tag sale, yard sale kind of thing. I think.
I better call him. Because it's pretty fun because the way he uses it, I don't understand Ho-Chunk. I wasn't brought up with it, and I knew exactly what he was saying. Like, okay, we're going to Goodwill. Hey, so let's try this too before we get deep in conversation again. I want to just give away 2 tickets to the Minnesota State Fair. That's 952-946-6205. And the State Fair is coming up the 21st to August 21st, Thursday, and we'll be out at the State Fair doing a live show. And just give a call to the station here at 952-946-6205 and win some tickets here. It's really interesting, Arvina, too, is when we were on an hour a day or an hour a week, once in a great while, we wouldn't have a guest. And we've tried to do call-ins. And you always have to get one person to call in order for other people to feel comfortable. And so you'd always kind of like going, oh no, nobody's calling, nobody's listening.
Yeah. Well, you have to trust that your viewers or your listeners are not going to come in and clown you. I saw an Instagram post of somebody calling into a C-SPAN show, and basically he went into the theme song of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he got a little ways into it before they caught on what was happening and had to hang up on him.
Well, that's why for me, like, I don't want to do the third caller. It's just like begging for the first caller. And I think Brett or Patrick's back at the station and they'll text me. But win a pair of tickets. The dates of the fair we just went over. And again, Native Roots Trading Post is out there. This will be our 5th year, and always great to see people. And then the first Thursday and Friday, I'll be live out there. I'll also manning the store with one of my daughters. I don't know which one, and my son-in-law, and we got grandbabies, and I'm sure they'll be working soon enough. But let's go into this, and hopefully we'll bring it up again and see if anybody's calling in. And the winner will need to give the name and their phone number and their mailing address, and then they can mail out the tickets. But heck, tickets aren't cheap anymore at the fair. They're $17 right now, and then as of the 20th, they go up to, I believe, $20. And
Wow.
yeah, it's an expensive date. So we're really pleased to be able to support the fair, and the fair is bought some time here on Native Roots Radio, so we can give away tickets too. So
Nice.
hopefully this will work out in a good way. Tomorrow we have, and again, I got to say this to you, Arvina, on the air, is I appreciate you coming on Tuesdays. I know you're a long Wednesday person, but we have Minneapolis Air tomorrow, our once a month direct show towards what's happening in Minneapolis and in Indian country with the city of Minneapolis. So we're blessed to talk and amplify what's happening good with the city of Minneapolis, even though I'm in St. Paul right now and a lot of times in New York.
I mean, a great municipal program as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy to be bumped for that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, your flexibility. And then later on too, we're going to have Ruth Anna Buffalo on in the check-in. We haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks, and it's great to see what Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center is doing, and which they do a lot. They've been around for 40 some years, and they really help the community in so many ways. Every time we talk to her, I'm pretty amazed on what they do here in the Minneapolis for the community. It's crazy. So hey, let's jump back into this and pretend that we didn't give out the number 952-946-6205. Call and win some tickets.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I hear so much because I do listen to radio and I do a lot of reading, but with this Washington takeover, LA said it's going to happen to you too, and it's happening to Washington, where crime's down 30%. The time that he should have brought the National Guard in was December 6th, January 6th, and so the Republicans are running scared, I believe, because the things that are happening right now. I don't think anyone, even people that supported MAGA, are even for this, what's been happening the last 6 months. So I think they're running scared, and they're trying to manipulate the election coming up.
I mean, I think that this is a something that knocks or checks off a lot of boxes for the Trump administration. First of all, I think they're doing it now, again, as a distraction to the Epstein files, that's not going away. But it's also another test to see how the public is going to react to a federal takeover of a city that, doesn't really, I mean, like you said, violent crime is down 30% in the city of Washington, D.C. And he waited how long before the National Guard was even mentioned in conversation on January 6th? So I feel like it's pretty safe to say that any of his concerns regarding the safety of Washingtonians, or I'm not sure what you call a resident of the District of Columbia, but if he's trying to claim that this is about the safety of the city's residents or the city's infrastructure or anything, is, I mean, you can't believe it, because people were seriously injured. Some folks died on January 6th, and he just let it happen and encouraged it to happen. And again, this is him testing the waters to see if he can keep going. What will the Supreme Court say? Will they let him get away with it? They seem to be letting him get away with a whole heck of a lot, and then we have to worry about this approach coming to other cities that whose leadership or policies he doesn't agree with, because you'll notice none of this effort happens to cities that are in red states. This is all happening in Los Angeles, in Washington, D.C. I'm sure he has eyes on New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, and any place. And it's a really scary prospect to think that the Supreme Court could let this one individual have so much power and completely disregard all of the checks and balances that we've had instituted here in the United States for so long.
Yeah, I don't want to bounce around, Arvina, but I heard something, with our relatives from Texas that left, so they didn't get gerrymandered, and Trump has already said that he wants 5 votes, and that's how they're gonna, or 5 seats, and that's how he's gerrymandering it. I heard that the state's already gerrymandered because there's almost 9 million Democrats to 6 million Republicans, so registered. And so when I heard that statistic, I'm just going, wow.
I guess I'm not completely familiar with those numbers, but I believe that it would be gerrymandered, and gerrymandered already, but now the president is asking for more and to push those lines, and it's unheard of in the middle of a decade. He's also calling for a new census, not realizing that the census process takes a decade long and billions of dollars to do.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
a waste of money, a waste of time, and everything else.
Exactly. Hey, we're here with Arvina Martin, CEO of Emerge Wisconsin, and this is Native Roots Radio, and we're going to take a quick break. This is, give us a call at 952-946-6205 to win the tickets. Hoa, Native Roots Radio.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Call me now at 651-303-8889 so we can strategize together.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. Over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
Summer is going fast, but Next Chapter Booksellers has everything you need to keep up with your summer reading. From the hottest new titles to timeless classics, Next Chapter Booksellers has something for any taste. Their friendly staff are great at making recommendations for the perfect summer read for you or your loved ones. Plus, Next Chapter Booksellers has a wide variety of puzzles and games for those rainy days. So keep up with your summer reading at Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. Native culture is alive and thriving at the Minnesota State Fair. The Native Roots Trading Post is back at the West End Market where you can support Indigenous artists and makers. And don't miss the Native Pride dancers performing on the Summit stage at the Bazaar August 31st and September 1st. From music and art to food and storytelling, Native culture is everywhere at the State Fair. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromanlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com. nativeRootsRadio.com/events.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts.
So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clear with a low of 61. Then Wednesday, smoky sunshine with a high of 82. Cafe Latte is unlike any restaurant you've ever experienced. Grab a tray and pick from their award-winning selections of soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts. Cafe Latte, Victoria Street and Grand Avenue in St. Paul, or cafelatte.com.
AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are here with Arvina Martin, CEO of Emerge Wisconsin, and we're talking over things that are happening. And also, before I let you go, I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about Emerge. And I don't know, I feel really proud and part of Emerge, being a former legislator and knowing more about it, but also getting to know you over these past few years and the work you do. So I can't stop but talk about Emerge Wisconsin. It's really awesome. But before we get any further, Arvina, there's one person that's listening to the show for sure, and his name's John, and he's from Minnetonka, and he won the tickets. So out there, yeah. So I want to do it one more time. So if you guys, we have a set of 2 more tickets here at 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205 to win some tickets for the Minnesota State Fair. And again, Native Roots Trading Post will be out there in the West End Market. Just look for the big windmill. We're right below that. And the interesting thing, I got to tell you this, Arvina, because I know you're going to be at the fair. I don't know how this happened, but 5 years ago, we were just grateful because sometimes it takes 20 years to get in the fair, a long time. And we got in relatively quick after opening our store at Dayton's. And we're right next to, what are they called? Where they sell furs and bears and
those hide people.
Yeah. And so we feel like it's cowboys and Indians out there.
No.
We wouldn't do that to our relatives, but we're right by the windmill. So come by and visit us. And so somebody call in 952-946-6205 and tell them how much you like Arvina and Native Roots Radio. Ho-wah!
Woohoo!
Cool. So maybe we should jump into Emerge and talk about that so we have time, and then maybe go back and talk about a few more things, what's happening in Wisconsin, because I really like, you giving us a report on what's happening in our state. And we're on civic media all over Wisconsin too, so it's just a great fit for us here at Native Roots Radio.
Yeah. So we are really excited at Emerge Wisconsin. We are going to be graduating our class of 2025. And as I mentioned last week, we already have members of the class preparing runs. One that is announced, Amy Zimmerman from Brookfield, which is really exciting. And we are getting ready for 2026. We are hosting a series of training called Step Forwards. They are for people that are considering and thinking about running for office. We go over the things like your why you would want to run, what you would want to do. And we talk about things like choosing the right seat, and how to, choose the timing of what election to run in, as well as how to prepare yourself as a person and prepare your network for your run. And we'll be posting those on our social media, on our website. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram. And our website is wi.emergeamerica.org. And we are going to be hosting these in collaboration with various groups, including Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District, of the caucuses of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, Blue Sky Waukesha, as well as some other organizations. And, these are a really great way to see if running for office is going to be the right move for you. It's 1 hour long, and it will be free, and it will be all on Zoom. So, I highly recommend anybody who is listening, please check us out on one of these step forward trainings. You'll come out with some tangible things that you can do to prepare yourself for a race, but you'll also get a taste of what Emerge training is like and what it's about. And it's, it's going to be a great time now is a great time to start thinking about 2026. And if you want to run for a local government seat in the spring, or if you want to run for something state level or higher in the fall, now's the time to think about it. And so you can be prepared and take on those Republicans who keep just throwing everything and acquiescing to whatever Trump says.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, this is working really well. I just want to change the subject real quick and give Joan a shout out. She just got 2 pairs of tickets, and Joan from Minneapolis. So, man, I don't know. Should we try and do this one more time? Let's do it one more time. 952-946-6205. 2 pairs of the tickets. And remember to come out and see Native Roots trading post out there, and get a Resist t-shirt, because we love selling those, and we love to resist. So give us a call again. And how exciting. People are listening.
Yay! Yay.
Exactly. You know what I should try and do next Thursdays, next time we're going to give out tickets, is we have such a great following on StreamYard, which we send out to YouTube, we send out to Facebook and Blue Sky and a couple other places. Maybe we can get somebody win on there. I know a lot of people who listen to us on there are, from out of state, but maybe it's worth coming to Minnesota to go to the state fair, Arvina.
Yeah, bringing tourism to Minnesota. There you go.
Well, I kind of said that too, because you're going to be in the cities during the fair too, you get to see the state fair.
Yeah, I will be. Will be there as part of the August DNC meeting, and I believe that the chair, Ken Martin, he's from Minnesota, and I believe that he is hosting a party for DNC members at the state fair, which I think is super fun, and I'm really excited.
Hopefully, you'll get a chance. I don't know, have you ever been out to Owamni, the restaurant Owamni?
I have, and it is delicious.
Yeah, I remember the first year they were open, they had those crickets too. We've had Sean Sherman on a bunch of times, and reminds me I should reach out again. They're really expanding what they're doing, and it's just great, and a great location. And I'm glad you've been out there, because it is a place to go to when you're in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. Hey, one last thing. We just hit the jackpot. Leonard from St. Paul wins the 3rd pair, and so that's all we're today. But hey, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, Emerge. And again, one thing I want to talk about Emerge too is not only how people can find out about it, but how they can support you. And again, I feel like, I don't know, I feel a part of it because we talk about it a lot, but also, just having you on all these past years.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to our website, wi.emergeamerica.org, and we have links there to donate. We love any financial support that someone can share with us. We appreciate it. We use our finances very, very wisely. We don't have a lot of overhead or anything like that. So, that your money is actually going to go to train very talented Democratic women and non-binary folks who are going to be the stars of tomorrow and are going to be helping us resist at legislative levels and executive levels at government, from local on up to federal. And it's a really good way to donate to the resistance.
Yeah, well, good way to put it.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the things too, I'd really love to ask you too, as like a civilian here, walking around in New York and here in the Twin Cities and in Wisconsin, I want to get a call to action. What can people do with the way things are happening now, where we're turning into a fascist state? And we already are China, the way things look here. And I know as a Native American, we've gone through this for 500 years, and it's not use. We're surprised, but we're not really surprised. What can we do as a person listening to the show, or me talking to you, Arvina?
Yeah, I mean, you can go donate to financially to organizations that do work in this whole mess of a situation. They could be political organizations, they could be the ACLU, it could be the NAACP. Helping fund the work that those organizations do. Also, Emerge Wisconsin. Helping fund that work is really important. I would say at the moment, going to your congressional town hall meetings and making, especially if your congressional representative is Republican, go there and make sure they know that you are unhappy with the way that you are being represented in Congress, that their decisions are not in line with what they ran on. They are not reflective of their constituency, and you can let them know. You can email your legislators at the local, county, state, school board, federal levels as well, and make sure people know through those means. I mean, and you can get creative with it. If you know somebody who is doing this kind of work, check in with them, make sure they're doing okay. Maybe bring them some fry bread or something, bring them something to eat or something. A lot of people doing this work were nervous and were anxious, and we wouldn't be doing anything else. But at the same time, it does take its toll. And really, that should be for anybody. Just reach out to the folks that you think need it. This is a very scary time, and we need to look after each other because it's clear that nobody from the federal government will.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Check on your neighbor, your relative, and check on yourself and take care of your soul too. I really appreciate that. I remember when I was young, this older person used to tell me that there's 3 lies, and one of them was, and I won't say what the other 2 are, but one of them was, "Hi, I'm from the federal government and I'm here to help." And it's really come to fruition here. And so I appreciate you and the work that you do. Your boots on the ground. You have been for a long, long time. And I appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience, strength, and hope.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm already excited for my next time with you.
Right. And you got great words of the day, so I appreciate that. We'll keep it culturally relevant too. Ho!
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you, Arvina Martin, CEO of Emerge Wisconsin. We'll be right back after this short break. Please stay with us. Ho!
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is on the way, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue. Metro Transit, Renew the Blue.
Hey, this is Robert Pilot. The Minnesota State Fair is more than food on a stick. It's a chance to celebrate Native culture and voices. On August 25th, here are the Red Lake Singers and Emizaska Drum Group during Mental Health Awareness at Dan Patch Park. On August 27th, meet Native authors like Roxanne B2B Nokwe Gold and Stacy Lola Druyard, and visit the Common Table and learn how Indigenous foodways are shaping Minnesota's future. Get your State Fair tickets now at mnstatefair.org.
Hi, this is Governor Walz. Thank you for listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are with our friend Ruth Anna Buffalo, CEO of Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and we always like to check in and see how things are going, and it's really good to see you as always, Ruth Anna, and I appreciate you coming on and talking about the good work that you guys do over at Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center. Oh, wow.
Yes, Dosha, hello, and Matsugirads, thanks for having us.
Right on. Hey, so what's new with you, and what's new with Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center? I know you guys have so much going on, and I love to amplify what you guys are doing, and the work that you do for the community is just outstanding.
Yes, thank you. We are gearing up for our newly renovated 24 tenant units upstairs, floors 3 and 4. I was just up there today, and they have running water, so it's just really exciting. By the end of this month, the month of August, we will have 6 tenant unit spaces occupied. So we are looking forward to having a lot more people in the building, 12 units per floor, and some renovations that are coming along with that too on the first and second floors as well. So pretty exciting.
That is exciting, and just what you guys do, the amplifying, not only cakewalks, but you do a lot of things in the community. And let's talk a little bit what's going on this week and coming up. If you have that in front of you, I really appreciate it. There's so many, and it's so diverse too. There's so many different things, but it's all community based, and it's all based on helping and supporting our Native community here in the Twin Cities. So I love amplifying what you're doing, Ruth Anna. And I've always liked having you on the air. I always joke around that one time when you were, I was interviewing you and you were getting on a plane. It was early morning, and then I interviewed you again for a second segment when you got off the plane, and we were both more wide awake than the first time.
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
We have some history. It's fun.
Yeah, we have our weekly Tuesday Resource Connect, which was today. That was 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have service providers on site to help get the client relatives connected to resources such as treatment, housing, and mental health and behavioral health services. We have a meal program, which is an expansion of the drop-in center that is on Monday, Thursday, Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We also are we're working to expand Tuesday Resource Connect to Monday, Thursday, Fridays as well, because it's been a really good centralized location to get people connected to resources. And so it was a request that came from client relatives of having more service providers on site more than outside of Tuesday Resource Connect. We have a kids night out scheduled for August 27th. And then we have just had this helped MIWRC host the space for the cedar ceremony, which is held every first Thursday of the month in partnership with NAC. And we have various support groups. We have the caregiver support group that meets every second Monday of the month. Contact Leah LaChapelle or Antonia. They are our ICWA kinship care workers. And we also have a Native Survivors support group that meets every other Friday. And then we have a full-time doula that is busy out in the community assisting the relatives. We also have a traditional healing practitioner who is out in the field a lot as well, putting in a lot of miles throughout Minnesota. And so, yeah, we just have a lot going on, and we're super thankful for all of the support. If you get a chance, please feel free to donate at miwrc.org/donate.
Hey, how many people? I don't think I've ever asked you this, but how many people work at Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center?
Gosh, I believe we have at least 22 right now. We also have Metro State interns, 4 interns, and then that will be with us until December. And then we also have WEX workers, in partnership with Mille Lacs, it's a wonderful partnership. We provide like the work site, and then the WEX workers gain more job skills, on the job training. And then we also have a partnership with NACOA for senior workers, and we are in the process of getting a few more NACOA workers as well as WEX workers. And so right now, I would say we have at least 6 WEX workers, and we'll have 1 NACOA worker, and then 4 Metro State students as well. So full house, but always open to more volunteers and more people who would like to help serve the community.
No, earlier you made a list of, you were saying a list of the things that you were doing, and it kind of perked my ear too. Can you talk a little bit more about the support with ICWA? And I know we've been fighting this for so long. And also, one of the weird statistics in the Twin Cities, and I believe Minneapolis, is that there's a lot of Native Americans that are in foster care right now that need our support. And can you talk a little bit about both those things?
Yes, so we have a very robust family services department, which is led by Mariah Smith. And she used to be a kindergarten pre-K teacher back in the day, and then started out as a case manager, and just really has a heart for children and families. And so we'll have to get her on here someday. She hasn't been on here yet, but definitely asset to the team here. So yeah, the Family Services Department does a lot of outreach, does a lot of support care for our families. And so they do such critically important work that they help keep families together. They help support or they help with the reunification of families. Also providing like parenting life skills classes, home visits. Lacey is a certified health educator, and she does the Family Spirit home visiting. And so there's just a lot of good heart work, the nurturing care that really shines through our staff. And so we have 2 ICWA kinship care workers, and they help provide support and services to family members who are taking care of their family members, whether it's like aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmas, grandpas, raising their grandchildren. And it's so important, like within our family systems and structures to have that additional support. Like my tribal nation has clanship systems, and that's, just kind of an additional support system of extended family. And so it's really good to have that support system in place, because like we call our first cousins sisters and brothers, so it's kind of that more. And then it's even more beautiful when you say it in our language too, because that has even more love attached with it. So
Yeah, exactly, and that's amazing. And I mean, what I guess next time we get together, I'm going to ask you what Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center doesn't do, because that might even be a shorter list. That's amazing, and you must be, and your crew and the people that work there, the 22 other people, just must be really happy to be able to serve the community and boots on the ground, because you literally are, whether it's 100 degrees out and you're bringing people in, or it's 100 below and you're bringing people in to help them. And it's a bad situation when you're homeless or you don't feel like anyone cares, and you can get deeper and deeper, but you guys are doing the creator's work, and I just love amplifying what you're doing.
Madzigarad's thankful to be a part of such an amazing team and community, and we love the relatives, and we truly see one another as relatives, and that's our responsibility, and to be good relatives to each other. So
Well, I appreciate you and stopping in, but I really do. I think we should have a couple more people on and have a much longer segment with you. Maybe next week we can strategize something, because of what you guys do. But I appreciate you stopping in, Ruth Anna, and I appreciate Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center.
Madzigarad, see you.
Right on. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We'll see you tomorrow. Minneapolis Air is playing tomorrow, so stay tuned. And then Thursday, we're giving more tickets away. So this is Native Roots Radio. We're still here. We are the seventh generation. This is Robert Pilot, host of Native Roots Radio. At the Great Minnesota Get Together, Native